Hello, my name is Bryan Thompson. I'm here to do an overview of criminology. To start off with, we'll be talking about deviant and abnormal behavior. The psychoanalytic theory, developed by Sigmund Freud, states that all humans have natural drives and urges that are repressed in the unconscious. He then states all humans have criminal tendencies. Deviant behavior is any human activity that violates the social normality. Deviance and crime overlap, but are not one and the same. However, crime is the prototype of deviance. Now we'll be talking about some theories associated to crime. Starting off with psychological. Um, Crime results from abnormal, dysfunctional, or inappropriate mental process within the personality of the individual. For example, a criminal known as David Berkowitz has schizophrenia and killed 6 people because he says that his dog told him to do it. Moving on to sociological theory. This theory states attempting to connect the issues of individuals' criminality with the border social structures and cultural values of society. Um, Criminality is viewed from the point of view of the social construction of criminality and its social causes. Criminals learn to be criminals from society. Finally, the biological theory of criminality basically propose that criminal behavior is a result of some flaw in the biological makeup of the individual or the criminal. The impact of crime on people and property. Crime against property can include robbery, theft, shoplifting, employee theft, flash mobs, and many more. The impact of crime on the crime victims results in emotional and psychological, physical, financial, social, and spiritual consequences. Crime in the United States of America. The United States of America is ranked as the 43rd most dangerous country in the world, with Detroit, Michigan being the most dangerous city in the United States. The UCF or the UCR or the Uniform Crime Report, administered by Federal Bureau of Investigation, compiles data of crimes reported to local police. The UCR was established in the early 1930s. The National Crime Victimization Survey is a representative telephone sampling of approximately 40,000 households to determine how many people were victimized by one of 7 crimes in the past year. The crimes recorded are rape, robbery, assault, personal theft, household theft, burglary, and motor vehicle theft. Here is a picture of countries ranked by state of peace, with the United States being medium for the state of peace. Consequences of crime. Committing crime always comes with a price or a consequence. I mean, if not, crime would be committed by everybody. When it comes to crime, those who are past criminals will be treated less lenient and face close to max sentence most of the time. Also, having a conviction for a violent crime can make it incredibly difficult to secure employment after release, as one will likely be required to disclose the facts of your conviction to employers. Basically, organized crime is a way for a person or people to use violence or another form of criminal activity to gain control over criminal markets. An example can be drug trade. Organized crime primarily focuses on obtaining profit no matter what has to be done to do it. The fact that these types of activities are illegal and therefore hard to find makes them a profitable business. Finally, we'll be going over victimless crime. Victimless crimes are those which there is no apparent victim. They are crimes done solely by the criminal. Examples can include gambling, drug use, prostitution, not wearing a seatbelt, and the list goes on. Some of these are harmless in a sense, but are still illegal even if it's not harming someone else. They can they can come with some serious consequences as well. For example, in the state of Florida, if one is caught with over 30 grams of marijuana, it is considered a third-degree felony and is punishable with a hefty fine and up to 5 years in prison. There are moral crimes wherein the particular illegal act has something to do with morality or norms set by society. Homosexuality between consenting adults, for instance, is considered a victimless crime on the grounds that it violates common decency laws. That was my presentation. These are my references.